Hello, good morning, good afternoon, students. Today we will see the remaining part of economic development. And yesterday we have studied the first, second, third till 9 5-year plans, and today we will see the nationalization of the banks. So, name of the lesson is economic development. Fourth lesson. This one. Okay. So name of the lesson is economic development. Okay. So in this what we have studied yesterday. Those all points I don't want to repeat now. Okay. So only we will continue next points. So exactly what we are going to study today, that nationalization of bank. Okay. So few points are remaining from 9th 5-year plan that I want to take once again. Okay. 9th 5-year plan. 9th 5-year plan. So what are the programs were started and schemes are implemented by government for the people that we are going to see now? 1997 to 2001. 1997 to 2002. Okay. So in this exactly what we are going to see all programs. Yesterday we have seen the objectives of programs which were started by Indian government. Following schemes were started during the plan: Swarna Jayanti, Shahari Rozgar Yojana. First one, Swarna Jayanti, शहरी रोजगार योजना, शहरी रोजगार योजना. So this one scheme is related to improvement in the section of employment. Okay. So generation of employment. Next in this, Bhagyashree child welfare policy. Bhagyashree child welfare policy. Next we will see राजेश्वरी महिला कल्याण योजना. राजेश्वरी महिला कल्याण योजना. नेक्स्ट वन, स्वर्ण जयंती ग्राम स्वरोजगार योजना. स्वर्ण जयंती ग्राम स्वरोजगार योजना. ग्राम स्वरोजगार योजना. रोजगार योजना. नेक्स्ट वर्ड, जवाहर ग्राम समृद्धि योजना. जवाहर ग्राम समृद्धि योजना, ग्राम समृद्धि योजना. So these five we have seen now. Remaining few are there. That also we will see. First of all, I will tell you what these are schemes exactly for implemented for the people by the government. In the 9th 5-year plan, 1992 to 2000, स्वर्ण जयंती शहरी रोजगार योजना for this rural urban area for the city level. This scheme was started. Next, Bhagyashree child welfare policy. The saving of the money for the future of the daughter, for the future of the girl. Government started one of the policy that is called Bhagyashree child welfare policy. Next one, Rajeshwari Mahila Kalyan Yojana. So regarding to the welfare of women or women empowerment, Rajeshwari Mahila Kalyan Yojana started. Next one, Swर्ण Jayanti Gram Swayarozgar. Swर्ण Jayanti Gram Swayarozgar. Swa means self-dependent employment. So Swर्ण Jayanti Gram Swayarozgar Yojana and Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana, one of the for the rural area, and this one also Swर्ण Jayanti for the rural area, implemented by the Indian government. Okay. Next we will see if you are remaining this. Next one in this will be अंत्योदय अन्न योजना. अंत्योदय अन्न योजना. अंत्योदय अन्न योजना. Next one, अंत्योदय अन्न योजना, प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना. प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना. So what is mean by Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, that you know well. Okay. So first one we will see Antyodaya Anna Yojana means regarding to the providing food or food grains, wheat, rice, pulses. These are the food grains provided by the fair price shop, ration shops are everywhere today in the country. Through that fair price shop, Indian government provided food grains. Next, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana regarding to the roads, highways, and local roads of the village. So making the roads, this one scheme also started, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Okay. Here in this till here we have studied that all first to 9 plans regarding to the 5-year plans. Okay. Now next we are going to continue the nationalization of the banks. Okay. So what exactly, why the banks are nationalized, that also we will see. Okay. Okay, next, the nationalization of banks that we will see now. Okay, so during the tenure of Prime Minister Pandit Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri, banking was monopoly of the private sector. These banks represented different industrial groups. The directors of these banks were working towards developing industrial sector and increasing its profit. In order to stop this, the government nationalized the Imperial Bank in 1995 and it got converted into the Bank of India. This bank opened several branches all over the country in short while and played a major role in a development. Now we are going to see the background of nationalization of the banks. India had adopted a mixed economy after the independence. Mixed economy means we have already studied that regarding to the public sector and private sector. Means we have two type of sectors, government services in public sector and in a private sector have private industrializations. So these both will come into the mixed economy. Next one, background of nationalization. India had adopted a mixed economy after independence. Nationalization of banks was essential to cover the deficits if they occur while implementing different schemes. Also, the profit of these banks would come into the government treasury once they were nationalized. So, behind the nationalization of the banks, the motto is whatever profits will get profit had getting by the all banks, that should come into the government treasury. Along with this, the policy of developing small industries and pharmaceutical industries had to be implemented. Lal Bahadur Shastri undertook the experiment of green revolution in order to overcome food shortages and drought. So, drought, dry famine. So, in that, during the period of 1972, India faced one of the famine. So, come over from it, Lal Bahadur Shastri started a green revolution. So that's the main motto behind it, to remove the shortage of food grains and drought. Okay. During the tenure of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Congress Forum for Socialist Action, a group of Congress party inspired by the socialist ideas, made by demand for the nationalization of commercial banks. Even the Communist Party supported this demand. So socialist parties were demanded for the nationalization of the banks during the period of Lal Bahadur Shastri. And the Congress party felt that this one is one of the good idea to, for the economic development, we must have to nationalize the all banks. So nearby 24 banks were nationalized. 14 banks were nationalized. Which are they? We are going to see. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi nationalized 14 banks on 19 July 1969. 19 July 1969. These include Allahabad Bank, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Central Bank of India, Dena Bank, Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Punjab National Bank, Syndicate Bank, United Bank of India, United Commercial Bank, UCO Bank, United Commercial Bank, Union Bank of India, and in 1986 more banks also were nationalized. These banks were nationalized. We are going to see now the 20-point program. What is meant by 20-point program? Okay, so 20-point program that we are going to see now. What is exactly 20-point program? 20-point program. What does mean by 20-point program? So here 20-point program. Okay, so in this, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi announced the 20-point program on 1st July 1975. First one, 1st July 1975, and resolved to make efforts towards rapidly becoming a developed nation. The main provisions of 20-point program are as follows, which are the main objectives, provisions, the main provisions. Okay, land ceiling for sites and agricultural land. Land ceiling for sites, land ceilings for sites, and land ceiling for cities, not sites. Land ceiling for cities and agricultural land. Agricultural land. Agricultural land. Next one in this only. Equal division of wealth. Equal division of the wealth. Next point in this, minimum wages for workers. Minimum wages for workers. Next one in this, increase in water conservation schemes. Increase in water conservation schemes. Conservation schemes. got it exactly. Again 5 are there. Only I got 1. In 1 point only these all points included. Okay, so see all what in 20-point program, 1st July 1975, announced by the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and she said the land selling for cities and agricultural land. Okay, so equal division of reserved lands for the cities and agriculture. Next, equal division for the wealth. So equally the main. She decided to fix the wealth should be divided equally. Next one, minimum wages for the workers. Minimum according to his work with whatever time he is spending on his work. So wage has fixed means salary also. Next, increase in water conservation schemes. So water is one of the main source, so that's why Indira Gandhi she felt that water should be preserved, is conserved. So schemes were started for the preserving water. Okay, next one we are going to see. Okay, so second one, workers' participation in industry. Second, workers' participation in industry and national training scheme. National training scheme. Fearing bonded labor. Fearing bonded labors. Bonded labors. So we can see slaves were used from the past tradition. Old customs were there. People were used to work as a slave, and from during that period it came still today. But now Indira Gandhi did work on it, and she decided to free the bonded slaves, the people who are bonded for the work, make them free. So it will come in the same. Workers' participation in industry should be more, and national training scheme also arranged for the workers by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Next point we are going to see in this third one. This one second over. Prevention for tax evasion. Third one. Prevention for tax evasion. Economic crimes and smuggling. Economic crimes and smuggling. So this one third point, prevention for tax evasion. People should pay regularly tax. They should not miss that, and tax helps for the development of the country. And she prevented, means prevention. She tried to ban the tax evasion. People should not miss the tax. Next, economic crimes and smuggling. So whatever crimes were taking place under the economic problem that she tried to solve, and smuggling, the earning money to illegal way, smuggling, that also issue tried to solve by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Now next, fifth one we are going to see. Fourth one. Regulation of prices. Fourth one. Regulation of prices of basic necessities, Next, in this only, improvements in the public distribution system. Improvements in the public distribution system. In the public distribution system. Okay, we will see now what exactly it is. Regulation of prices of basic necessities. Prices should be fixed, and the minimum for the according to the basic necessities means commodities. And next, improvements in the public distribution system. Whatever public facilities people are getting, public are getting the facilities by the government, from the government, they have to have well distributed. Okay, these 4 points we have studied. Now we are going to see next fifth one point in this. Now in this, one of the fifth point remain that we will see. Improvement in the textile industry. Textile industry. Next one, by developing handloom sector. Next one in this only, waiving loans for weaker section. Waiving loans for weaker section. Next in this one only, housing communication facilities. Housing communication facilities. Next we will see this only, making educational equipment, not sixth one, making educational equipments available to schools. Okay, we will see these all points. What exactly 20-point program and the provisions. Yes, exactly, provisions. So fifth provision we are going to see now. Improvement in the textile industry, cotton, and also about the fabric material regarding to cloth. It will come into textile industry. So try to develop the textile industry. Next, by developing handloom sector. So whatever handloom work is there, given priority to that also. Next one, waiving loans for the weaker sections. Housing communication facilities, making educational equipment. So waiving loans for a weaker section. For the weaker section, a loan has been issued by the Prime Minister through the provision of 20-point program. Next, housing communication facilities. Whatever housings are there, already for that, the communication facilities are also started, and making education equipment available to the schools. This one also, the last point is included in this. These 5 points provisions are given into 20-point program. Now just we have studied. Now we are going to see this point, issues of weaker section. Now the next point, issues of workers, exactly, not weaker section. So the first textile mill was started in Mumbai on 11th July 1851 by Kausaji Dawar. Eventually, mills started in Dadar, Parad, Bhaika, Shivdi, Rabadevi and Wardi. This part came to be known as Girangaon or town of mills. These all towns were known as Girangaon or towns of mills. Next, in 1980s, the increasing unrest among the workers was due to the economic condition in other sectors. In some industries, the wages of workers were increasing. They were also getting more amount as bonus. They were getting more facilities than the textile mill workers. Do you know Mahatma Jyotirao Phule's associate Narayan Meghaji Lokande's efforts resulted in the weekly Sunday holiday for mill workers from 1st January 1982. So the person who started the Sunday as a holiday for the India's calendar, we can see into India's regular routine, we can say. So the person, the associate of Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Narayan Meghaji Lokande, the person who started the Sunday as a holiday for the mill workers. In Diwali of 1981, the workers expected to get a bonus of 20%. How much? 20% at a Diwali. So 20% bonus or whatever amount of salary is there. So for that salary, into that salary 20% they will get a bonus. They demanded, they expected. The Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh, which was negotiating with the employers, agreed upon 8 to 17% bonus without taking the workers into a confidence. 8 to 17% bonus they have fixed without taking without taking the workers into the confidence. The cut in the bonus proved to be the cause of unrest. Some workers went to Dr. Datta Saman. They asked him to accept their leadership. Workers of 65 mills came together and Dr. Datta Saman led a strike on 18 January 1982. 2.5 lakh workers went on strike. 2.5 lakh workers. Girgaon mill stopped running, making it seems like Mumbai's earth stopped throbbing. If Girgaon means city of mills, towns of mill, if stop working, then it felt like earth stopped throbbing of Mumbai. Next, do you know the working class has contributed culturally as well as through folk art and literature? Annamol Sate, Sahir Ahmad Sheikh, Shahir Sabri were popular for their programs. Aimed at public education, poets like Narayan Surve, Namdev Dhasa, etc. portrayed the real life of the workers through their poems. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Barrister A.R. Antule, set up a committee to solve this issue. Later, Babasaheb Bhosle became the Chief Minister of Maharashtra state. He insisted that, as per law, he would talk only with the Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh. Dr. Datta Saman demanded that the law be revoked. In the beginning, the striking workers received help from their native villages. It was also not very difficult for them to help each other. They set up departmental committees and distributed food grains, assistance in the form of funds, etc. The left parties had supported the strike. As the strike dragged on, efforts were made to split the striking workers' ranks. Even as the strike completed 6 months, the central government completely ignored it. The workers started Jail Bharo Andolan, Jail Bharo agitation. In September 1982, 1.5 lakh workers took a march on the Legislative Assembly of Maharashtra state. It didn't help at all. The strike completed a year. This was the first strike to have gone for 1 year. In this period, about 1.5 lakh workers became unemployed. for 1 year, completely strike took a period, gone for 1 year, and in that 1 year, 1.5 lakh workers got unemployed. And still, as polyester had came into greater demand, the cotton growth, the sale of milk growth had already got affected. The mills moved from Mumbai to Surat in Gujarat. The central government nationalized 13 textiles. Appointment of arbitrators did not help to resolve this issue. So finally, the strike of the mill workers failed, and 1.5 lakhs of the people got unemployed due to this strike. Now, new economic policy. The year 1991 is very important in the history of modern India. After the 10th general elections, P.V. Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister of India, with Dr. Manmohan Singh as Finance Minister. He adopted the new economic policy of thinking India's economy with a global economy. For this, fundamental changes were brought about the Indian economy. Indian economy was brought in tune with the global mainstream. During this period, Indian economy was in a crisis situation. Before the P.V. Narasimha Rao government took charge, Chandrasekhar was the Prime Minister. During his tenure, the rate of inflation was 17%. Economic growth rate had gone down by 1.1%. India had foreign exchange reserves only enough to last for imports for a week. It had become difficult to pay back its loan and even give the interest on it. In May 1991, the government had tried to control the situation by selling some of its gold reserves and by mortgaging some. Before the Chandrasekhar government, the VP Singh government had incurred the liability of over 10,000 crore rupees on economy by waiving of loans of all farmers. The proportion in internal loans of central and state governments, together the gross domestic product (GDP), gross domestic product was 75%. In 1980 to 81, foreign loan was $2,350 crore. It increased to $8,380 crores in 1990 to 1991. At this time, India had foreign exchange reserves of only $100 crore. This also had the background of the increased oil prices due to the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. It became difficult for India to raise a loan. Even the non-resident Indians started withdrawing their deposit in foreign currency from India. Now, on these remedies, on this all critical situation, how India came out, that we are going to see by the remedies. P.V. Narasimha Rao appointed Dr. Manmohan Singh as Finance Minister in order to find a way out of this situation. Dr. Singh undertook many corrective measures. The situation began to change. He removed the restrictions on foreign investments. He restricted the license system to 18 industries. In view of increasing losses in public sector industries, He opened up the public sector for investment by private industries. In order to bring the share market under control, he established the Securities and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) in 1992. National Stock Exchange was computerized. He gave priority to remove the specter of recession. Foreign investment in India grew during the first tenure of Dr. Manmohan Singh as finance minister. India could recover the gold mortgaged with the Bank of England. The government got the support of capitalist class as well as the middle class. As the government opened up the telecom sector, mobile phone services started all over the country. Dr. Manmohan Singh signed the agreement with the World Trade Organization and launched the policy of privatization, liberalization and globalization. He did the signature on the privatization, globalization and liberalization. So very nice work did by Finance Minister Manmohan Singh, and he found the way how to come out from the critical situation of the India. Now next point, we are going to see the World Trade Organization. In 1995, India became a member of World Trade Organization WTO. The organization had the following objectives: to free trade between countries, to put to an end all those discriminatory laws, restrictions, rules and policies that are hurdles in the way of international free trade, and regulate global trade with the help of formal multi-party mechanism. General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade (GATT) existed at the international level before the World Trade Organization came into being. It regulated commerce in the India. There were opposed extreme views about the World Trade Organization. Yet India decided to take its membership. The provisions of the World Trade Organization are regarding grants, import, export, foreign investment, agriculture, technology and services. The sectors of electricity, water, transportation, education and health rapidly commercialized since India became a member of World Trade Organization. As per the various reports of World Trade Organization, India has made considerable improvements in the different areas like reduction in the below poverty line (BPL), population, decline in infant mortality, availability of facilities regarding drinking water and wastewater management. India signed the South Asian Preferential Trade Agreement (SAPTA). Preferential Trade Agreement. Along with the lines of the World Trade Organization, India removed the import restrictions on several commodities for SAARC countries. India also gave discounts on import duties. India opened up the insurance sector to private and foreign investment. In this way, we have learnt about the journey of India's economy. We have came a long way from mixed economy to globalization. In the next chapter, we are going to study India's progress in other fields. In next period, we will discuss the question answer, and we will proceed towards the political science first lesson. Thank you.